something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me.
It's been quite a while since I've posted anything on Shoestring Shipyard, and certainly it's been even longer since I've posted anything new. So what's going on? Well, I haven't been able to do much on my new 18-foot sailboat build this past summer. There's a lot of good valid reasons, most of which are personal. I'm not going to bore you with details, nor am I going to just give you a whole litany of excuses. Suffice it to say, it just simply didn't happen. And I will continue to work on it though. I do have some time coming up where I should be able to get to it. But there's still a lot of things going on around the farm that I have to tend to. And right now, of critical importance, if I want to keep this particular boat and I want to put it into good shape, the Mirage 5.5 that was given to me the end of last summer, beginning of fall, I have to get to it. I haven't really done anything with it beyond refurbishing the outboard mounting pad. I took care of that, but there wasn't really much else. And here it is. So here's the Mirage 5.5, and the hull, the basic hull, is in pretty good shape, but this thing actually filled up with water over the winter, and I'm just finally getting around to it. First of all, it only has one cockpit drain right here. That's where it comes out, and that cockpit drain was clogged up. And as you can see, this is not really an offshore cruiser. This is really, it's a day sailor really. It's a race boat designed for high performance, class racing. And it doesn't have a hatch up top. It just has this one opening into the cabin. And look how low it is, almost right down to the deck. And so during the winter, this thing would fill up with snow and ice. The drain was clogged up, nothing was happening, even though I had a top over it. And as it would melt, we had a heavy rainstorm, it would just gush into the cabin and flood the inside. And there's the single solitary cockpit drain, and it already has a couple of leaks in it, starting to clog it up again. And I'll have to unclog it again before the next rain. And yeah, you can see some of the standing water in here. I've already pumped out, maybe a couple of 100 gallons, maybe more earlier. I have a sump pump in there, and I just got to plug her in. I scooted it underneath the deck, trying to get it into a deeper area. And let me pump her out some more and see what I get out of it. Well, she's pumping pretty good. You can hear the pump. You hear the water running out of the hose. I'm trying to get out as much as I can so I can get into the cabin and start doing some work. I got to clean it up, and I got to button up all the places where water get in. And I think where this hatch is so low here, the entranceway, companionway hatch here, what I need to do is I need to actually build that up taller with maybe some fiberglass. Alright, I gotta unplug the pump so it doesn't burn up. Well, this is the very first time I've been in the cabin since I got the boat, actually. It's it's just full of water everywhere, and you can't really see I don't have enough light. You can see that pump, and I'm going to scoot it further down and try to get more water out. Yeah, the big thing now is there's a whole bunch of water in this locker. I just got to get this all drained out before I go much further with the refurbishment. I made a command decision. I couldn't get the pump far enough under there, so I got a water letter outer, also known as a drill, and drilled a hole in the bottom that I can plug later with fiberglass and epoxy as I refurbish the hull. There's a whole lot of water left. This is going to be draining for quite a while. Yep, here's my water letter outer. Now years ago, see, I got this idea years ago when I was a kid. There was an episode of the Three Stooges where they used a hand drill called a water letter router in a skiff they were all sitting in. Well, of course, boat was in the water, so it didn't work like they expected. But this boat is not in the water, and so it is indeed a water letter router. No problem. So this is the first stage this season in starting to refurbish the Mirage 5.5, and there's a lot of work left to go, but it's the hull's actually in pretty darn good shape. It'll take a lot more cleaning than anything else that's going to be required. The repairs are not really major, but there are some modifications that would be considered major because I want to make the boat much easier to use. That tiny little cramped opening into the cabin, which is small to begin with, it's only sitting headroom, you have to really crouch, but still getting in and out, unless you're very short, you know, it's difficult. The easier it is to use, the more the boat will be used. It makes it more pleasurable. That makes sense. So I can make some modifications to it. I'm not going to let it delay the work on my new 18-foot pocket cruiser sailboat, but there are pockets of time that I can fill on the Mirage when I can't be working on the 18-foot pocket cruising sailboat. So at least I'll get something happening. And I still haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with the Mirage 5.5. I still don't know if I'm going to keep it or if I might end up selling it. Don't know yet. Still thinking about that. Let's see what happens. Maybe I get it refurbished in the water and I might like it and want to keep it. Time will tell. Please remember to like and share and subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff that we're always asking you to do. Very much appreciate it. Helps the channel. Doesn't cost you a dime. Check out Patreon. My Patreon page is for both Downeast Thunder Creations and Shoestring Shipyard. You get content from the two channels, and for as little as $1 a month, there's exclusive video content that isn't seen anywhere else on YouTube, made just for my patrons. You'll be able to see that. You'll see advanced releases of my videos coming out whenever that's possible, and along with free plans being posted that you won't see anywhere else for different projects. Thanks for watching.